radio.org.
The cannabis community includes a diverse set of activists and nonprofits working to end the prohibition of marijuana. We take the time to hear the stories of reform on the Russ Belville Show's Cannabis Community Chat.
All right, folks, welcome back. And as you know from yesterday's show, a dear member of the community, especially out on the East Coast, the king of pot, Michael L. Malta, passed away on Sunday night from a massive and sudden unexpected heart attack. And the community is still mourning, and we are working to get 3 activists from Boston on the phone lines right now with us to discuss and remember the legacy of Michael Malta, the king of pot. And leading up to that, I just want to say that I didn't have as much chance to meet Michael as I wish I could have. I met him at the 2009 Freedom Rally and the 2013 Freedom Rally. He was a great guy, loud, boisterous. He definitely filled up whatever event or room he was in, and, did a lot for a lot of people. So I'm going to show a little video here. This was me meeting up with Mike Cann and the King of Pot at the Boston Freedom Rally this year. And when we come back, we'll have those guys on the line and we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Dude, my name is Mike Cann. You gonna vote for me? Yeah. Ask him now. Is he gonna vote for me?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll vote for you, Mike Cann.
Thank you. Thank you, Russ. I appreciate your vote.
Yeah,
it is.
Russ, you know I'm a big fan. I'm the king of pot.
Yes, I know.
I'm always watching your shit. And I remember the time I came here and watched your speech up here.
Yeah.
And you told everybody to call the president.
Yes, sir.
I don't forget, dude. I love your shit. And this man, Mike, got me to know who you were.
Well, thank you.
May I have a sticker?
Oh, yeah.
I'll take a sticker.
Radical Russ, I love you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
I want you on my show one day.
I'll be glad to. Let me give you the card so that you get the phone number here, in addition to the sticker.
Please do.
There you go. And I have to tell you that I used your inspiration from VoteNoOnQuestion3.org
Oh, yeah.
and made smartapproaches.com.
I love that one. Kevin Sabat.
Kevin Sabat, I've done a total
He
scoop website
deserves
for
this.
myself.
I love all that stuff that
This
he
guy's
does. I
doing
love
it.
it. He gets so mad, too. He's like, oh, Ross, oh, Ross, oh, Ross. Kevin, shut up. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm trying. Kevin, I know you're my next door neighbor. I know we're supposed to go get a cup of coffee, but just shut up. It's so frustrating what they say and they do. It's just not right. It's not right. I'm glad you do it.
2016 campaign. What are we talking about here?
Marijuana, of course, and our rights, and just voting for this, like this Freedom Rally right here. You're voting for, we know, legalization in 2016. So it's a campaign, a public, publicity like Vermin Supreme, get the word out of what we're doing, and the real cause everyone knows that we're all about. It's about legal weed 2016 in Massachusetts, and that's what we're working on. So.
Speaking of legal weed. All right, King of Pot, Mike Cann,
My brother.
It's happening.
We're both
And
running.
we don't want to grow it for you. We want you to be able to grow
That's
your
right.
own. That's what we want to make sure everyone knows.
He's gonna
That's
make
really
sure.
too. That makes us a little different than a lot of.
If I'm his vice president, he's going to make sure I get out to the people a lot more while you take care of the business, which you need to do to get this thing changed forever.
Yeah, legal, but you grow your own.
That's right. You hear that?
No
Mike Cann for
police.
president.
Right on. Vote Mike Cann in 2016. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Russ.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Russ.
Russ.
We love you, Russ. You touch.
Oh, we love you too, man. And now I'm going to kick myself the rest of my life that I didn't get a chance to be on his show. But joining us right now by telephone, we've got 3 Boston activists. And, of course, who you just heard from, Mike Cann is on the line. Mike, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can, Russ.
Fantastic. We've also got Frank Capone with us. Frank, are you there?
I am here.
All right. And Dex is on the line as well. Hello, Dex.
How are you, Russ?
Doing fantastic. All right, let's start with Mike Cann. Of course, we just played the video of you guys talking about the 2016 elections, running for president and vice president, and people could just see from your interaction how well you played off of each other and what good friends you appear to be. Tell us your memories of the King of Pot.
Oh man, I just listening to it. I have goosebumps. I miss him. He's just most amazing. He made everyone better around him. And that's what I remember him for. He made me better. He made me better, a better person, a better friend, just better at this activism thing. And he did that for a lot of people.
How did the two of you guys meet?
Through the movement. I was a board member of Mike Cann, and he had decided about 8-9 years ago to do an event and invited everyone from Mike Cann, and I was the guy that showed up. And just the way he treated me, and the fact that it was an out-of-the-way place with no people that I knew from the movement, but the club was packed because he had friends. He had friends everywhere, and that was my first direct. He had Marijuana Radio come into that show in Boston. That was the first time I ever met them. He was just an amazing individual.
Yeah.
I knew from the moment I met him that he was someone I wanted to be around all the time. And that's the way he was for all of us.
Yeah, let's talk to Frank a little bit. Frank, your thoughts on the King of Pot. How did you meet him, and what did he mean to you?
I actually met him through Mike. I had come in to be on the board for Mike Cann and had met him a few times back then, and then more recently had become closer with him, and really was just getting to know him, really, in all reality, and just the first time I met him, my first impression, like you had said before you should play that clip, just a big, boisterous dude who just, the second he met you, the second he talked to you, he'd hug you up, and you were in the click at that point, and guy would do anything he could for you to help you out, and it's a terrible thing that, what is happening, and I'm glad to have been able to have known him, and for, the time that I did, and just can't say enough good things about just kind of like just the way it was, the way he carried himself, and like Mike said, he just brought so many different people together and made so many different things happen with his enthusiasm, his dedication to the cause and everything, and he's, to me, an inspiration, and want to carry on his legacy, through my actions, and that's basically the best I can say.
Yeah, everyone I talk to who, and I've been reading through the Facebook posts, and I've been reading through everyone's tributes and memorials, basically gives that description of him, that he was just ultra giving and, so bright and fun and just kind of energized everyone he was around. So, Frank, thank you for sharing that with us. Dex, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. We've seen a lot of reforms in Massachusetts as of late, 2008 and 2012 passing major statewide reforms. How much did the King of Pot have a hand in that, in getting people motivated and out to want to support these reforms?
Well, the thing about Michael that strikes me as the thing to remember is that he was there. He was always there. His face was there. His name was there. He took on something that people would remember as a name. He went out very publicly and very loudly, and he said what he was feeling, and he gave a lot of people inspiration and courage to go out and do the same, that they didn't have to be afraid to put their face behind what they were saying. And as far as all the marches and as far as all the gatherings, he's always there, and he was always up in the front. If nobody was grabbing a bullhorn, Mike was grabbing a bullhorn. If Mike Cann wasn't up there in front, Michael was up there in front, and always with a positive thing to say, and always just trying to unite all the broken factions inside this movement, all the infighting.
Yeah, and that's a really good point to bring up, because I've found, I'm over here on the other side of the country, but there's some stories that are the same no matter where you go, and one of those is infighting and squabbles that people have and grudges. And let's go to Mike Cann for a second here, because we talk about, Mike Cann board. I'm sure, like any other board, had those kind of squabbles. How was Michael in dealing with those situations and trying to bring people together?
He tried to stay out of it. And, he was my brother, so he always backed me in a lot of stuff. Sometimes he, unintentionally he might get involved, but he really, for someone like himself, he really stayed out of it, and he brought people together. Even myself, I look at, even in his death, there's no more grudges with me, with anybody in this world. And I live every day now like I'm Michael Malta. That's what we say, what would Jesus do? What would God do? I say, what would Michael Malta do? And I think that's my lesson in life for everybody. It's like, we were going to miss him, and he gave us more than we ever gave him. He always took care of everyone else before himself. And we all have to take that with us, and we have to carry it on. We have to carry on who he was.
Yeah.
And I really think that's a good lesson for all of us.
Yeah.
Look at the support that he gets right now. There's not one person out there that has a bad thing to say about him, not one.
Yeah. Let me I don't know if I'll be the first to say this, but let me suggest that the 2016 initiative in Massachusetts should be the Michael Malta Marijuana Legalization Initiative. What do you think?
I think we all agree on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
All right. Now, Frank, in meeting people like Michael, and I know that whenever I go around the country and I'm at these different events, a lot of activists will refer to these kind of things as the family reunion. Like we're getting to see all these people that we work so hard with. And the camaraderie that you build with people they can feel like brothers and sisters to you. But of course, Michael also had real family, and I'm wondering if you've been in touch with his wife, his daughter, anybody in the family, and gotten any feelings from them.
I think at this point, there's been some, light contact on Facebook, but really just trying to give the family their space right now, and definitely going to be going to the services and stuff like that to, show my love and support for the family. And he did have an awesome family. I don't know his daughter, but I know his wife, and she's a wonderful woman, and just was always there, to support Mike. And now it's all of our turns to be there to support her in her time of need.
Yeah, and speaking of support and the services, do you have any information? Does anyone have information on when the services?
Yes, and I'd like to say something too. Dex can speak on the family more too. He's got 2 daughters. He has 2 daughters. They're both grown, beautiful girls, and they are having a tough time right now. And Valerie's wife is having a tough time. We're all having a tough time. We need support. So I hope everyone's there for them. And, yes, there'll be services. There's going to be ongoing events for a long time. People are already planning events. Vans are organizing. We know that. The people have decided to do an event on Mount Mary Jane, as we call it, where we did our 420 event on Sunday with you, Russ, at the Freedom Rally. We're going to rename it Mount Mary Jane. That was decided by a group of people. I wasn't even a part of that. I don't know who did it, but I love that they did that.
Mary Jane to Mount Malta,
Saturday.
Right?
Yeah, Mount Malta.
There we go.
Is what they're going to call it. Michael Malta is what we're going to rename it, I guess. The people have decided. Thursday and Friday are the services. I think Dex has all the info on that, too, right, Dex?
I do. The calling hours are going to be at DeVito's in Arlington, Massachusetts on Thursday from 2 to 4, and then again from 6 to 9 p.m. And then the funeral is held on Friday at 10 at St. Agnes, also in Arlington.
Okay. And is there, if anyone, because the listeners here are worldwide, and if they want to send their condolences, is there any support fund for the family? I know funerals get expensive. Is there a place people can send cards or flowers or anything?
Yes, they posted that it's Devin Lou and Flowers. Dex, do you see that?
I haven't seen it. No.
Yeah, they were collecting money. Oh man, I wish I remember the charity. There was a charity that they were collecting money for, and you can definitely find it if you look at Facebook.com, Mike Cann. You can see the obituary and the info on that, where to send donations.
All right, folks, Facebook.com/Mike Cann. That's MikeCann, Mike Cann, and you'll post all the information that we need, I'm sure.
Yes.
All right. Well, we have a couple minutes left in the segment, so I'd like to go through and give you guys a last chance for words of remembrance you want to give for Michael Malta. I guess, Dex, we'll start with you.
The last chance thing is I'll never be done talking about him. I wanna give a shout out to his father, Daddy-O, and keep him in our thoughts as well, because Mike got his father out on the circuit talking to people of his father's age and trying to right the wrongs that the government had done with their lives for so many years, and to see him and his father together out at events, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that video of Michael and his 80-year-old father, is that right?
He's now 84, I believe.
Wow.
He was 89.
Yeah. That's an amazing video. I like watching that every time. Frank, last thoughts here for this segment?
Just live every day like I said, like Michael Malta, man. Just to look at his example that he gave about not being ashamed to say who he was or how he felt at any time, and just be someone that's willing to bare their soul for what they believe in, and to tirelessly work to bring change and to brighten people's lives, and so that's my takeaway, is just to realize how fragile life is and not be afraid to be who I am and fight for what I believe and live every day to the last.
Right on. And Mike Cann, your words, your thoughts?
I just say, Michael Malta, you are my brother, and I'll never forget you, and I'll be there for your family, and I'll continue your work, and I love you, and you know how many people love you now. You never really knew. I know you didn't know, but now you know. Everybody loves you, everyone respects you, and we miss you immensely, and we will not forget you.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Let's
Russ, if I could also just say one more thing.
Yes.
I just want to say that the Michael Malta story is a story about taking anger and turning it into positive things, taking things that put you in a negative place and using them for positive change.
Right. And let's keep fighting for that positive change. Let's get legalization passed in Massachusetts in 2016 and, pass that in Michael's honor, man, because he fought hard for that. And I know he would want us all to keep fighting for that. So thank you guys. I want to appreciate so much Dex and Frank and Mike for joining us here on the Russ Belville Show. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Russ.